All right, here we are getting into another match today here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us here at NASL. Tonight we are going to be seeing Team SnH versus Team DeadStop, arguably two of the top teams here in the American scene of Tribes Ascend. Tonight I am going to be joined by the lovely Canadian caster in Sadokist. Sada, how you doing tonight?
Really good, actually. Really glad to be here for NASL. Really exciting that we're doing this, and hopefully tonight's going to be a really good match, arguably the Battle of the Titans right now. So.
Yeah, definitely. We have seen a lot of stuff coming out from SnH here. They are one of the stronger kind of legacy teams coming out of Tribes II, whereas DeadStop is primarily made up of Legion's Overdrive, which was a Tribes clone that came out a couple of years ago. Players, both very strong teams, both kind of pride themselves on having some of the best cappers in the game, as well as some of the strongest kind of 1v1 deathmatch players. So we should expect to see a very, very high action game, I would imagine. Probably not going to see a lot of vehicles, as both of these teams kind of tend to prefer to play that more infantry style, but I do know that for Team SnH, Projectile is considered kind of one of the top cappers in Tribes Ascend. He does have always is kind of talking about routes that he has that he never uses unless they have to. So maybe we'll see some of those super special routes coming out. But on the other side, you have Blitz, who's going to show up as Bullets in this game, given that is his handle, but is a very, very strong capper as well. And we have seen some really cool stuff coming out from DeadStop as well, using that infiltrator, the invisible kind of assassin role, to come get the flag off the stand and then pass it to Blitz on very fast routes, and very confusing for the defenses. So I expect to see some really interesting play coming out. Is there anything, Sado, that you're looking forward to in this matchup?
Well, I think you covered it all. You seem like you're on fire right now. But yeah, definitely. Projectile prides himself on being extremely fast. Blitz, also a really known player. A lot of players in the community kind of going back and forth with these guys to figure out their secrets. They're well sought after players and pick up games and definitely well known. It should be a really, really, really close game. I know DeadStop recently had some pickups a couple weeks back there with some former Dino players that are really strong on their team. So they've boasted their roster. And like I said, although SnH formerly was considered arguably, the untouchable, the really, really good team, DeadStop's very close early on here in Ascend, and that's awesome that we've got this much close competition. So like I said, could be the Battle of the Titans. Changes so much right now, it's hard to say, but this is definitely a top caliber game.
That's right, and that pickup for DeadStop that you are alluding to there is Remix, and we should definitely keep an eye on him and see how he's able to help DeadStop out here in this game. But it looks like our players are getting ready, so let's hop right into the action here, Sado. Let's see what they start to load out with here on Crossfire someday. Okay, so it looks like we are going to get right into the action here on Crossfire. Is going to be our first map. Sadokist, please take it away with our teams.
Yeah, absolutely. So it looks like, just quickly here, it looks like DeadStop will be on the Blood Eagle team with, looks like a reasonable strat coming out at the start here, while definitely going to be SnH on that defensive side. Pretty split in the middle right now. We see AP Sizzle, Diplosis, Zero, and Blitz coming toward that capping side on offense against Mayog and Protosis. Meanwhile, Fire, Remix, and Mabel back on DeadStop against Creativity, Moat, which I think I'll just call Moat tonight, Projectile, and Chain Gun on the attack. Pretty balanced so far, not a lot of caps, couple LOs playing in the middle here. Protoss and Zero and Mayog all in a couple duels there. Ver up around his defensive flag. Meanwhile, on the other side, a lot of action as Projectile coming through. Looks like he was going for that back to front. Might have been blocked. No, sorry, he's actually just behind the base. My view's a little bit obscured here. So just a lot of little standoff duels here right now. Not a lot of flag pickups. And what's going to be the first pickup of the game here? I can't really tell. Looks like Blitz does come out with the cap. Instantly goes down, though, as he is going to get that suicide. I think he tried to punt it toward the middle, as that's where Zero is waiting for it in that heavy class. I think he's playing, if I just press tab here really quickly, Zero is playing that Juggernaut, so trying to play far out for the clear with that, probably the Merv gun. I'll take a quicker look at that, but the flag is going to go down. They've got it in the field. Ver does return it. And so far, SnH unable to get the flag off of DeadStop stand as they come in for a reset.
Let's take a look here at Chain Gun. Apparently is already running Infiltrator, so I wonder what he's going to be looking to. Oh, here he is. He's actually looking at Infiltrator clear on the stand. He does go down there, so but let's kind of talk about here, and just I'll give you a heads up here that Illicit Jorp is Projectile backwards, and maybe easier to say than whatever the heck that may be. But I do see a little bit of a llama grab coming in here from Creativity, just getting this flag off the stand.
Yep, very good job, and Blitz also going to get the flag off the stand with a lot more health on the other side. Projectile has Mabel all over him, and Mabel a very, very capable sentinel or sniper, if you will. But Projectile's broken line of sight. Both flags are going to pass each other here in mid. Blitz is going to run into Mayog. Protosis actually coming in with that sniper, going to take him down. Obviously sniping very important on this map, and it is wide open. However, the flag is repicked up by Remix. Projectile all the way back across mid. does have a player chasing him in fire, but he does break off of fire. Fire came in a very sharp angle, unable to turn. Projectile throwing the flag toward his base, desperately running out of energy. Unfortunately, it is going to bounce down, and both flags off the standstill. Sizzle looking for the field pickup, and we might see a standoff if he can get home as Protosis looks to secure with Mayog just below him. Diplosis fire, they're all over him, unable to get a point here, and Sizzle did make it home, so we might see our first standoff of the game.
That's right. Their projectile actually missed a punt there, which is when you throw the flag and then shoot it to get that closer to his stand. Do see APC now has lost his flag as it's down in the field. Mabel and Remick trying to get in and get this regrab.
Yeah, and Mabel is able to do so, and we are going to see both teams sort of sit up and look for timing. Timing is absolutely crucial in this game. You can see Fire, Zero, and Sizzle coming off now to go back onto offense. They'll press Projectile and Elite Jorp, which is Projectile backwards in middle. So we're seeing waves of attackers now. Moat slightly behind, Chain Gun coming out. Looks like we're going to see a 3 defensive cluster for the Stack and Hack side on Diamond Sword with that flag on the back hill. Seems to be a default standoff. Fire's going to come in over top. Does take down, I believe, with a Nitron, knock that flag out. Zero's all over it, does get the return. Will he get the capture? However, no, the flag is dropped on the other side, and Projectile's all over that. Geez, I'm losing track here. I'm not sure exactly.
Able to pick it back up, and while Alyssa Jorp got that flag out in the midfield, but it is back down, and we are going to see a reset for both flags there. So both teams crashing the stand really effectively, and one thing we always like to look at here as we watch these games is where these teams elect to hold the flag during a standoff. And you know, in that time, it was DeadStop was holding that flag up on their ship, but even that was not close enough to the stand, because when that flag got returned, they weren't there in time to get the cap.
Yeah, and it's hard on a map like this where basically you've got an elevated flag stand. If you stay close to it, obviously, and save your energy, you're going to be in a tight space, which is very easy to attack with splash damage. So yeah, definitely good standoffs there. Obviously, a lot of speed to this game already. We've seen a couple returns, couple grabs. Blitz does get another grab, looking to go from that left side entry off the wing, and he's heading back up the middle now. Projectile grabbing that flag out of the field on Zero, and he's got very little health, so Zero needs to be over him. Diplosis is waiting for him on the other side. Meanwhile, Blitz did get that flag home, so they're secure, and they're going to be looking for this return against Projectile. Again, no health. He's got to look for a pass here soon. Flag does go down, but Burr is on top of that. Misses it, however.
Oh,
and
what a
Flag bouncing around on the field. Fire, what a great job. Took down about 3 players there, I believe. Will get the return, and DeadStop, however, again, see, not close enough to that flag. Flag is going to be dropped. Remix is there, no one on it. You're going to see an airstrike try and be called in here. Remix going for the cap and beats him there. Good job, 1-0 here. DeadStop as Projectile gets the flag just a little bit too late.
Yeah, unfortunately, they did lose that flag in the field there. An amazing Merv launcher there by Zero to kill those Stack and Hack players who are trying to return that game or that flag. As we are now just past the 5 minutes elapsed in this game, 20 minutes remaining. The score is 1-0 now in favor of Team DeadStop here against Stack and Hack. This is the first game of the match, so the score is of course 0-0, and we will be playing up a best of 5 tonight.
Yeah, best of 5 indeed, and it's going to be a long, hard-fought best of 5. Is 1-0, not a huge score in Tribes, but tonight's going to be about the little things and the little coordinations, and so it's very important to have an early lead here. So DeadStop in great control right now. Flags bouncing around all over the field. Looks like they're both going to be up right now. Blitz again, that default capper for DeadStop being quite effective, is off the stand. A lot of speed, but not a lot of health. He's going to make it just past mid. However, going to get taken down by, I believe, the Sentinel. Not sure exactly who that was. With the shot
that was Z-Protoss with a nice snipe there. One thing I wanted to point out there about that cap, you actually APC picked that up and passed it to Blitz like we were talking about in that pregame. And here Projectile's got it back, and there's that time return for the cap onto Ver, and we have seen the equalizer come out now, 1-1.
Yeah, really good timed return. Of course, controlling the flag off the stand is a very good defensive strat as it prevents set routes to come in on it. It's very hard for an offense to set up on that. Blitz does get the flag on a front to back here, is heading out around the right side, his offensive right side of the map here behind that radar tower against the creativity wall as Projectile trying to chase him down. He is going to run into that wall, lose a lot of speed, but still seems to have a lot of energy. Projectile just below him. This is looking like a good one-on-one battle chase here. Nitron out of his hands, however, bounces past Projectile. Blitz able to re-grab that flag. Projectile still on him. Mayog coming in for support. Projectile going to just go for the kill this time. A little more effective, and he does return it. However, look at this. We do see our first vehicle of the night, and that is a strike, and I believe that is driven by Remix, who's a Remix. I guess I've called him Remix. He's known as Remix. Very, very good striker in this game, so watch for him to be very effective.
And that's exactly what we were talking about at the intro of this game, is that this is the pickup that DeadStop got from when another team dissolved. They picked up Remix, who is arguably one of the top snipers and strikers in this game. So an amazing pickup. We do see the first orbital of the game coming out here. Dropping, raining hell, I guess, as it were, down on the flag stand here of Team DeadStop, but I do not see Projectile come in, so that was a bit mistimed, I think. No, Projectile actually was setting up a route, but was harried off by Remix, so great play by him.
Yeah, both flags sitting at home. Ver looks to be pretty much alone against Blitz right now on the defensive side, so looks like stacking a good job with that chain gun on Doombringer by Ver. He is playing that heavy on flag, that Hoff position. Really good job by him to sit at home and take them on, as Stack and Hack looks to go a little more offensive and try and control the enemy flag stand. They do have the flag off the stand right now. I believe it's Creativity Moat in with control of that flag. He is heading up the middle. The strike of Remix all over the back of him right now. Fire beside him as well, looking to try and get on that flag. Projectile is escorting though, so if a flag does go down, he'll be instantly able to grab. I believe Remix just made actually contact with Moat, but Moat might be running that special perk that disallows running over. No, I lied, because there it is. Remix does, with that excellent ram out of the air, knocks that flag down. Projectile quickly able to scoop that up out of the field though, and he will go back toward that default position on the hill. Lots of guys all over him. Mayog there. He's got to get this out of the field. AP Sizzle coming in for the return. No, he is gunned down. Mayog able to pick it up. Really good battle here. Nitron out, mid-air Nitron, I believe, by Fire that time, as Ver coming in again to pick it up. But look at Remix, all over them again, just hovering above, and he's going to be extremely effective in this standoff as DeadStop looks to reset their attack.
Yeah, and that's one thing that we do like to point out about Ver. Such a strong, heavy on flag there. You actually saw him on that cap route by Blitz. He does kind of that very soccer style where he'll actually cut off that angle of the capper. As we do see the flag return, he comes out a bit to make sure he has a better angle, but we may see a second cap coming out here for Team Stack and Hack.
No, AP Sizzle able to get it off the stand with a great pass in the air to Blitz. I'm not sure if that was intentional or if a Nitron hit there.
That was definitely intentional. This is what they're always setting up. They always run Blitz on these back routes. It seems to be very effective, and I haven't seen really a effective counter to it yet, except for this sniper, especially with Z Protoss, a known very strong sniper. And take a look at this. He is actually using this the phase rifle here instead of the BX T1, as it were, which is we'll have to kind of maybe get a better understanding of why he's doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. I believe there's a bit of a faster recycle time. You can correct me if I'm wrong there. So a faster shooting time on that gun.
It does, yes.
Yeah, exactly, and that's probably one of the reasons, as like I mentioned, this map very open and snipers can dominate as there is a lot of quick sight lines. Obviously, the quicker the shots come off, the better it is for your team getting energy off that flag carrier. Looks like Projectile going to come in, try and set up a route. I think he just missed the flag there, as it is going to stay on the stand, as Ver on the other side also controlling against Blitz coming in, who is Scrambler capping by the looks of it, or Scrambler / Raider.
No, he's in Pathfinder. That was a drop jam, I believe, that was scrambling the defense there, and he's got it out, but he's going to pass off the AP Sizzle here for sure. Look at this.
Yeah, good call. And good job on noticing all the little details there. I seem to be missing them as I'm trying to catch everything here. Sizzle, he does drop it in the stand, in the field, pardon me, as he does go get it out of the field. Airstrike trying to come in on that loose flag, but a little bit late there. Sizzle does grab it. Not a lot of speed. Mayog trying to come over and cut him off now. And this could be a battle all the way on the outside. Sizzle with that energy trying to get off the ground and prevent any chance of a Nitron, but Mayog is running, of course, that soldier class, so he's not going to have a Nitron. Sizzle now with about a third of his health. Blitz coming the other way, failed to pass it off that time, just trying to get it home. Blitz turning around on Mayog. Mayog able to get the kill and the return just before going down, so that's going to put the flag back at home, as I'm not sure where the other flag is right now.
It's down in the field here. The Blood Eagle flag is down in the field. Chain gun and creativity mode, just we're really wearing out the defense there. 14 DeadStop, but now Projectile's got it out through the midfield, but immediately goes down to Remix. Remix just so strong in that strike.
Yeah, and honestly, it's a hard one to answer, that strike. A Doombringer with that Saber launcher is a good solution. Also chaining it down, but they've got to come up with something because Remix is extremely dominant. Right now, we're seeing a lot of spread out play on both sides. Flag is going to come off that Stack and Hack stand, but that DeadStop stand. Fire all over it. They're just going to control this in the field. Time the return again, preventing that offensive coordination to set up a route. As Projectile spelled backwards, heading over to the side. Remix all over him as he just tries to distract. It looks like Projectile coming in behind it, but they are going to get the return. Try to go for the time return as that's sitting on the stand. Fire going to pick it up. They will cap 2-1. 13 minutes left, exactly halfway through. DeadStop back in control.
That's right, we are just passing that halfway mark right now. The score is 2-1 now in favor of Team DeadStop. We are watching DeadStop versus Stack and Hack here. This is game 1 of a best of 5. So really looking to see what is making the difference here, and I think it's really has got to be that this coordination between APC and Blitz on these caps, as well as Remix in that strike. It looks like Stack and Hack does not really have an answer for this. We see the Plodicus coming in to maybe do a bit of pressure here on the enemy flag stand.
Yeah, really good job on the coordination. Running 2 cappers is extremely effective, as one can get it off the stand, and if you're coordinated, you can give it to someone with a lot of health. It also enables distractions, as we see Projectile with that flag. No health, really, though, to speak of. Coming through middle, heading straight toward his base. He's going to head immediately up into that standoff position. Flag is going to come off their stand, so both flags well away from the base right now. Projectile looking to pass it off to Ver. That heavy, although it is going to get taken out of Ver's hands quite quickly, and they're all over that Elite York, or projectile sprout backwards, does pick it up. Remix now out of that strike, so they have got him out of the strike. That's really effective. As Diff comes in with a great return, and this could easily be 3-0 if they're all over this, and it will be.
Wow, really nice play. I think that there's a lot of things that StackNack maybe was not prepared for in this game. Zero running this really effective hop, which we don't see a lot of teams running, so it's hard to set up for if you don't have a really good practice partner to see what can come out. I know these teams actually did scrim each other, have scrimmed each other in the past, and they have kind of been on the cutting edge of what we're expecting to see. But one note is take a look at Projectile coming in here. Look at the average speed that he's picking these up at. I don't think he runs a route under 200, which is really impressive, especially on a map that's this small that he's able to get that kind of speed consistently.
Yeah, and the side-to-sides on this map are extremely effective. They do prevent a lot of quick returns. I know a back-to-front takes a long time to set up, but it does put you up the middle, but you'll see a lot of speed coming off Projectile as he goes to those side-to-sides. Blitz does grab the flag with the back-to-front as we speak of. He is heading through mid. Remix in that strike, another strike now, looking to just turn and escort him all the way home. Their flag won't be there, though, so Blitz is going to have to head behind the base. Not a lot of health. Projectile all over him. Projectile can get a quick shot here. He might be able to do something. However, Remix will ram him and allow them to secure that flag at home as Blitz does head for the pass-off. Meanwhile, flag on the other side handed off to Ver, and he's going to just try and sit on top of the ship this time, so going for a standoff position a little bit closer to home.
We are going to see an orbital strike come in here now.
Yeah, and actually the flag did get returned there. I apologize. So they might get a fourth cap. No, dropping on the stand, gets an E-grab, not sure. They did get the fourth cap, I apologize. Lots of action. So DeadStop in the last 3 minutes coming in with 3 caps to take a 4-1 lead. Really dominant play on a very quick map. This is a great start for them.
That's right, yeah, they're looking really strong, and now they have their flag in a very defensible position. The StackNack flag is back on their stand now, being guarded by Mayog and Ver, but DeadStop just looking very strong here on Crossfire. They've gotten, and as we were saying, Blitz and Projectile, you can just almost call that a wash. Both of these cappers are so skilled, and their timing is so good, but I think the difference here is definitely Zero and Remix. They're just so effective for this offense of Team DeadStop, and then that coordination between APC and Blitz is really just a great thing to watch. Their ability to, it's their communication, I think. And here we're going to see Blitz take this flag off the stand yet again.
Yeah, interestingly enough, there's not a lot of coordinated LO or light offense to clear. They're just doing a distraction, as we saw Diplo come in. He did get a shot on the stand, but it looked like he just wanted to pull that set defender off it. We do see a strike now from Ver on the opposing side, and Ver also a very capable strike, so we might see basically the 2 best Top Gun pilots in the game. That flag is going to go down to the wire. We do see both off the stands right now. Just trying to see exactly where they are here as we do lock on. One sitting in the field just in front of the StackNack base. That one will be returned. That's DeadStop's flag. And they might cap it out right here. No, Diplos does miss the stand as an E-grab did come in from Chain Gun. Not normally a grabber, but very effective play for that offense to just get that off the stand, prevent the capping out here. They've got to do everything they can to keep this game alive.
Yeah, that's right. And one thing I wanted to touch back on that strike point is that Ver was actually known as probably Ver and Z Protoss both were the top strikers in the Legacy Tribes title of Tribes 2. So seeing Ver in the strike is definitely something that has caused fear in many teams in the past years. We see APC putting a lot of pressure on. Is going to get that return. Are we going to see the last cap come out from DeadStop here as Mabel is in a good position? But it looks like really Jorp's going to beat him there. No, not enough. Projectile right in front.
Very good. He does just go for an immediate E-grab. Obviously not a good exit route, but he does get out. He is behind the base. Flag will go down. This will be a timed return. Pretty immediate. And Mabel missing the flag. No, he did get it. I apologize. I lagged there a little bit. I thought he missed it. Would have been quite a fumble. But yeah, they will cap it out with 9 minutes remaining.